In terms of capturing images of polar bears, it's getting a lot tougher for a nature photographer like myself to tell their story.
Churchill, Manitoba, known to many as the polar bear capital of the world, has been one of the rare places where you can safely witness polar bears in the wild, making it a magnet for wildlife lovers, researchers, and photographers alike.
This is a species that is a very high risk of extinction. There's predictions that they could be extinct as early as 2100.
For over 25 years, photographer and biologist Jason Bantle has made Churchill in the wider Arctic his second home, as what began as a role educating tourists in Churchill has turned into a lifelong mission to document the fragile lives of these iconic animals. However, Bantle says the stories he tells today are no longer just about survival in the cold.
You have to tell a different story, a story of how their climate is warming and how we're seeing these bears, not being able to access the ice like they used to.
According to Polar Bears International, the western Hudson Bay polar bear population has dropped significantly from 1,200 to roughly 620, with Bantle revealing troubling signs with once common sightings of mother bears with twins or even triplet cubs becoming harder to find.
These mums, they're going into their dens in not as good a condition, so they're not going through with as many of the young being implanted on the uterine wall.
And it's not just the bears that are changing, it's also the landscape itself. Bantle says he experienced the change firsthand.
And last year when I was on the Arctic Ocean ice, I actually busted through the ice while I was on it in a location that for the previous 10 years there was no issue.
Bantle is hoping that government or large corporations will step up, saying without intervention soon, photos may be all that remains. In Winnipeg, Mitchell Ringos, City News.